So everybody who's operating the machinery through to the operations, the cleaning the machinery, the maintenance, the setting, basically anybody who's got any involvement with the woodworking machinery, they need to know the risks. For instance, if somebody was cleaning the machine and they accidentally touch a button and it fires the machine into life, would they know how to deal with that, So basically that, yeah, anybody who uses it, any involvement whatsoever, yeah.
A lot of people assume that the training entails looking at PowerPoint presentations and sitting around boardroom tables, etc. Whereas really what we do is we go by the machine, we get the group round the machine, we look at the machine, we take it apart, we do blade change, and it's done in a very practical sort of sense. So from that point of view, it's a practical subject, let's get it done practically, and then we cover all the topics that we need to in terms of safe use of the machine, and demonstration and legislation on the machine.
When you ask Daltons Wadkin to provide your machine operator training, not only do you get the technical training, you also receive a fully comprehensive printed technical booklet the guys can refer back to post-training to refresh their knowledge if they need to. Each successful candidate will receive a certificate of training which is fully backed up by the PIABC. They'll also receive a photo ID which they can keep in their wallet, which again confirms they have been trained and that their training is in date. With the training, we'll also provide the service of we'll do a fully comprehensive report on all of the machinery that we've trained on, detailing the machinery's compliance with the requirements of the pure regulations, any recommendations for improvement in safety we can make, which does have the tendency to improve the efficiency of the machinery again and can improve the production.
We are fully trained in woodworking machines at the end of the day. So starting at the basics, narrow band saws, circular saws, whether they're crosscuts, circular saws, panel saws, etc., multi-rip saws. Moving on to spindle moulders, and it can be straight fence work, it can be ring fence work as well. On the ring fence work, we actually get them to create their own jigs as well, and we look at the regulations wise regarding the jigs. Band resaws, vertical panel saws, we never stick to one manufacturer. Doesn't really matter, we'll adapt the training to each manufacturer of each machine. We also do power tools as well, obviously chop saws, handheld routers, you name it, pillar drills, we also encompass them. Sander machines, linishers, belt sanders, you name it, anything you find in a woodworking machine shop.
We provide full accredited training on all traditional woodworking machinery. We also provide training on hand-operated power tools, abrasive wheels, and we do also provide a course aimed at the responsibilities of a supervisor within the woodworking environment. We provide this within a variety of industries or settings such as education, the Ministry of Defence. We provided training for the prison service, the automotive industry and other areas of the construction industry. The training we provide is not only limited to the machining of wood on what we term as traditional woodworking machinery. There's more and more people coming into the marketplace nowadays who want to use traditional woodworking machinery for processing their particular material. So a lot of the training we provide is aimed at using traditional woodworking machinery to process plastics, composites, plasterboard and non-ferrous metals.
A phrase that I get quite often, I think all the other trainers get exactly the same, is that the learners will say thank you very much for that because it was a very practical subject and we've actually learned something, not like a lot of the other courses. So from that point of view, I think they identify with the training, they understand the training and enjoy the training to a degree. I did have a guy this week, funnily enough, that it said he'd done everything he possibly could to get out of it. And in fact, he was there and he quite enjoyed it and he says thank you for that. So, you know, it just shows you that what we do and how people come back to it.